it's August, December, or June, for my heart sings a wonderful tune. As long as you care for me. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that wonderful welcome. It sure is nice to be back with all of you again. Some time ago, ladies and gentlemen, I took a kind of vacation. It was what you might call an enforced vacation, and it was advised by a medical man. Being a kind of an energetic type of person, I guess I was going at it pretty strong, and he advised me to kind of slow down and take it easy. So take it easy, I did.
Take it easy, take it easy.
Thank you very, very much. Well, after all that hard work, I got to take a little rest. I'll be back in just a moment, and in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our very good friends, our sponsors.
Take this opportunity to thank you for the many interesting books you sent to me. They were a source of inspiration, especially during the time that I was confined to bed. I think that's the worst thing about being sick, having to stay in bed. The time goes by so slowly. But I enjoyed reading these books, especially those about music, about some of the composers of the past. And it made me realize that I certainly couldn't feel sorry for myself living in these wonderful times with medicine advanced as it is today. Such was not the case during the time of Franz Schubert, for instance, who died of a dreaded disease at the early age of 31. Today, with science advanced, he might have been cured of this disease, and he might have lived to a ripe old age. I would like to quote Franz Schubert's own words from a letter he wrote to a friend, in which he stated, "Picture to yourself a man whose health can never be reestablished, who from sheer despair makes matters worse instead of better. Picture to yourself, I say, a man whose most brilliant hopes have come to nothing, to whom proffered love and friendship are but anguish, whose enthusiasm for the beautiful threatens to vanish entirely. And then ask yourself if such a condition does not represent a miserable and unhappy man. Each night when I go to sleep, I hope never again to awaken. And every morning reopens the wounds of yesterday. This thoroughly unfortunate and unhappy man, with all this great talent, was responsible for giving the world some of the most beautiful music it has ever known. I would like to play for you a composition written during the height of Schubert's illness, his very famous Unfinished Symphony. Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only did I enjoy reading your books, but all your wonderful letters and cards. There were over 42,000 of them, and they kept me pleasantly busy for a long, long time. And I read every one of them, and I saved them, too. You know, I'm convinced after reading this wonderful mail from you that I'll get by as long as I have you. I'll get by as long as I have you. Though there
be rain and darkness too. I'll not complain. I'll see it through. Poverty may come to me, that's true, but what care I? Say I'll get by as long as I have you. Poverty may come to me, that's true, but what care I? Say I'll get by just as long as I have you. Thank you very much. Thank you, George. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent many an enjoyable moment playing my favorite recordings. It's kind of a hobby of mine, collecting records, and I have a kind of a special favorite. And perhaps you'll think I'm a little prejudiced because this record was recorded on Columbia by my brother George and the orchestra. And it happens to be the #1 hit in Brazil. And every time I hear this music, I can picture myself sitting in some Latin American cafe and listening to the music and watching the pretty senoritas go by. And oh, it's wonderful. It's called Madalena.
terrific. That number is really exciting, and I have a feeling it's going to be a big hit in this country, too. George, don't you think you ought to thank the audience in your own way for all that wonderful applause? You're welcome. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it certainly was a very, very happy day when the doctor told me that I could get out of bed and return to normal activity. And one of the first things I did was take in all the movies I'd missed, and among them, a very, very wonderful picture, a Hall Bartlett production called Unchained. And there was a beautiful theme running throughout the picture that I thought you would enjoy hearing. It's called The Unchained Melody. Thank you very much. That, like most people, I enjoyed watching the television most of all. And my favorite type of shows were the mystery programs, the kind that usually started like this.
And now we bring you another thrilling episode of Magnet. The events you are about to witness are taken from the files of the Bureau of Crime Investigation. The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names and places have been changed to protect the innocent.
the facts, ma'am. Someone broke into my heart and stole a beat or two. The finger of suspicion points at you. Someone took away my sleep and never left the clue. The finger of suspicion points at you. Just as soon as I can make the guilty one confess, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll take and lock her charms forever in my arms. And who is bound to be the guilty? Who? The finger of suspicion points at you.
In just a moment, the results of tonight's case.
Just as soon as I can make the guilty one confess, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll take and lock her charms forever in my arms. And who is bound to be the guilty? Who? The finger of suspicion points at you.
It's time to go. I've enjoyed being with you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to thank you again for your many, many kindnesses during the time when I was feeling kind of low. Well, I feel just wonderful now, and I intend to stay that way with your help. So until we meet again, this is Liberace in Hollywood on behalf of everyone on our show saying, I'll see you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing